Alright everyone, this is Unit 2 of our workshop on digital citizenship, and this is about digital equity. In this screencast, we will discover what is digital equity. We will describe the different forms of assistive and adaptive technologies. We will describe assistive and adaptive features of common technology tools. And we will answer the question of how do we increase digital equity at the school. First, we'll talk about what is digital equity. Digital equity is the social justice goal of ensuring that everyone in our society has equal access to technology tools, computers, and the internet. Even more, it is when all individuals have the knowledge and skills to access and use technology tools, computers, and the internet. The pursuit of digital equity has its basis in human, professional, commercial, and environmental impacts. The human impact of digital equity. Michael Searson, Executive Director for the School for Global Education and Innovation at Kean University in Union, New Jersey, has postulated that it is unethical to provide a robust digital learning program in schools for kids who do not have access in their bedrooms and family rooms. Thus, digital equity means that all people should have access to digital tools at any time to be the most productive. This statement is controversial since many individuals worry that people may overuse technology or become overly reliant on it. The organizational impact of human digital equity, or how it affects us at our school. In our school, we do not currently have a digital platform for students to access information that we use in the classroom. However, we do have CDs and DVDs that come from the publisher for our curriculum, and the parents purchase these along with our textbooks, student books, and activity books. It is the parents' prerogative over whether or not to use this information, and no one is forcing it upon them. However, offering these resources along with textual materials provides human digital equity, and then parents have access to materials that their children are learning. The professional impact of digital equity. Professional issues related to digital equity involve employees being able to unplug from digital messages related to work, text messages, emails, and phone calls, once work has ceased for the day. The main concern here is that individuals have enough time during the workday to finish their tasks required of them and are not bombarded with work so they consistently feel that they are falling short in one area or another. This unmanageable workload currently has manifested in companies, especially schools, connecting via Twitter and Facebook and sharing updates and writing messages on these platforms that require teachers to participate in the forum. Creating this accountability platform creates more unpaid labor for staff members and undue stress. How this relates to us. In our school, technology plays a large role in how we share information, and we often utilize emailing and texting to facilitate communication since everyone is usually quite busy. This is a sensitive topic since many times pivotal information about school events, problems, and concerns may come up at inopportune moments and require imparting information outside of the established time limits of school. However, it is the sincerest goal of management to only utilize these platforms whenever absolutely necessary, and issues are usually dealt with during working hours. Furthermore, teachers are very well aware of their duties and responsibilities of their classes and are not expected to stay later during the days unless those duties are incomplete. Since we are in kindergarten, all teachers also have a planning period of approximately 3 hours, starting from lunchtime when students begin their afternoon naps until the beginning of the second half of the day, to communicate any problems or concerns or deal with issues. Should any major concerns with contact outside of work hours persist, please feel free to speak with your immediate supervisor and a compromise can be settled upon. The commercial impact of digital equity. Commercial impacts of digital equity refer to companies offering incentives to students to fulfill some sort of task, such as getting high grades, or families being in a particular income bracket in order to receive free or heavily discounted services provided by that company. This is often done by offering students a particular incentive, such as a free refurbished computer, and offering parents a discounted rate on broadband internet, so that the students have access to the internet at home and the company has a new niche market of consumers. One should be particularly wary of these deals since they are often too good to be true and essentially use schools as middlemen for potential profits. Since our school is a for-profit organization, this is not a problem. The majority of parents can afford to give their students everything they need to succeed and enroll students for the purpose of giving them a leg up in the competitive marketplace. The environmental impact of digital equity. The environmental impact of digital equity refers to digital consumption via personal devices that contributes to inhumane conditions, massive amounts of e-waste, and desperate scavenging through the mountains of chemical dripping refuse by folks desperate for income. In terms of our organization, the major component of environmental and digital equity concerns with teachers and students not being too reliant on technology. This is a major reasoning behind the rule that teachers should avoid using overhead projectors and smartboards outside of formal lesson times, not only to protect the fragile eye development of the students, but also to give them time to personally connect with the teacher and allow them to personally connect with one another and enhance their social skills. Research has indicated that many children between the ages of 2 to 18 years old often spend around 5.5 hours a day on some media device while home: the internet, the computer, watching TV, playing video games, or engaging in some form of media. Although research has mixed results on the negative and positive effects of media influence on the developing child's mind, it is clear that children are exposed heavily to media during their week, and overexposing them during school may not be the best option. Alternating activities that involve media and ones that require social and motor skills is the school's philosophy on how to educate the whole child, academically and socially. And now we'll talk about different forms of assistive technologies. Assistive technologies are defined as any item, piece of equipment, or product system that is used to increase, maintain, or improve functional capabilities of children with disabilities. Since we are in an international kindergarten and students do not rigorously learn computer or writing skills, we do not have any computer access or instruction or academic or learning aids. However, we do have assistive technologies in place for children or adults with disabilities. We have wheelchair ramps installed near every collection of stairs on the first floor, as well as limited supplies of mobility devices, wheelchairs, and scooters. We also have closed captioning capabilities in English and Chinese on all computer devices for the hard of hearing. However, we do not have specific services for handicapped children such as assistive technologies for environmental control for children, recreation and leisure aids, or visual aids. Students at this stage of development that we cater to typically do not have diagnosed learning disabilities, as they are so young and developing at different speeds, so these technologies have not been invested upon. Now we'll talk about different forms of adaptive technologies. Adaptive technologies are defined as technologies that are the products and services specifically designed for people with special needs. Typical adaptive technologies include screen readers, braille embossers, reading devices and scanners, and magnification. At our school, we have the capabilities to utilize magnification to increase the size of Chinese and English characters. Assistive and adaptive features of common technology tools. There are many assistive and adaptive features of common technology tools. Many ebooks have audio files that can read the text to students and audio recorders that can record what the teacher is saying. Timers can be great with students who struggle with pacing and include wristwatches, digital timers on phones and computers, and alarms. Reading guides are all available in many ebooks and blocks out all sections of the text except for what the student highlights and is easily manipulated. Seat cushions can also help students with sensory processing disorders by providing enough movement for the students to feel comfortable without distracting others. FM listening systems can be utilized by teachers using microphones to reduce conflicting noises or to personal receivers worn by students. This has been shown effective with autistic students and the hearing impaired. Calculators with big numbers can help students with visual problems, and some calculators have voice options that can read numbers back, symbols, and operations for students with visual or learning disabilities. Writing support is a built-in feature on many smartphones and computers where students have many options, including utilizing software that guesses what students are typically after a few letters. Basic word processing programs help students with spelling and grammar, and speech recognition software types out what students speak on the screen. Finally, graphic organizers are applications on many phones, tablets, and laptops. Some are very low-key and simply organize thoughts and create to-do lists, while others link to calendar and reminder features within the phone to organize the student's schedule based on their up-and-coming tasks. How to promote digital equity in the organization. Digital equity is an important concept as students and parents should have access to information that relates to the student's learning, as well as have access to assistive and adaptive technologies for students with learning and physical disabilities. In our school, we have minimal tools for students with physical ailments, but only bare minimum technologies for students with learning disabilities. To address these issues, the following suggestions have been proposed on the next slide. Creating digital resource sites for parents to have access to supplementary materials that teachers utilize in the classroom will increase human digital equity. Invest in seat cushions for kinesthetic learners and students who have trouble focusing during lessons to improve their focus and retention for assistive technology. Invest in ebook and ebook reading technologies to assist teachers in reading storybooks for children. Focusing on one sentence at a time with visual stimuli can also increase students' fledgling reading abilities, including letter sound recognition and interest in reading. This would be an adaptive technology and also a way to differentiate instruction. Downloading free timers onto computers to help students stay on task and help teachers manage their time. This would just be a very good tool to use, and it could be an assistive technology or an adaptive technology. Investing in audio players and recorders on ebooks that reads what's on the screen for the students. This can help students with recognizing different accents in English as well as focusing on the simultaneous visual and auditory stimuli, not to mention increasing their interest in the task of reading and story time. And finally, the school should avoid extensive accountability strategies via social media sites that increases stress on teachers and makes them feel as though they are never fully finishing their tasks. Also, they should allow teachers to unplug from working when their day is done, except in case of urgent action, and the organization should attempt to contact teachers during the preparation time whenever possible. The following are a list of references, and this PowerPoint will be included on the unit site for digital equity. And that's it for today. Goodbye.